Hey guys, Thirdgen WV here, and today, oh man, it's a big discussion or topic on this channel. This had nothing to do with the channel, it had something to do with what I watched. Now, I'm not big on TV. I barely watch Netflix. Mainly thing I do is watch YouTube. Um, Now, when I say I watch Netflix, I mainly watch the old TV shows that are on there, or movies that you really can't find on DVD, or you don't have on DVD or something like that. And this is about Huntington, West Virginia. This whole vlog. Huntington, West Virginia is a growing city. It's one of the biggest U.S. naval imports. It's the biggest metropolitan area in the tri-state area, like Ashland, Ohio, and all that. It's the second biggest city in West Virginia. That's Charleston, of course. Home of Marshall University. The Thundering Herd, the team that lost the whole entire football program, got wiped out in the 70s due to a plane crash. That's what the movie We Are Marshall was about, Matthew McConaughey. And it's a very good movie too. Very, very good movie too. We produced some of the best football players in the NFL. Randy Moss, Chad Pennington, Ahmed Bradshaw. Just to name a few. Just name a few. Now, when a lot of people hear about Huntington nowadays, it's because of we are considered the OD capital. If you don't know what OD is, overdose capital in all of America. All 50 states, in every town and city in every one of those 50 states, we are the OD capital in America. We made headline news. I think it was earlier this year. I think it was like 20 or 30 overdoses in like a 4 or 5 hour period. And it's on heroin. That's basically what it is, heroin. Huntington, West Virginia it has its issues. Crime, drugs, all that. But it's also a damn good little city. A lot of people are like, it's boring, we need to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. Anywhere you go, unless you go live in the fucking boonies, you're going to have problems. Drugs, crime, what have you. I wasn't born here. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, in 1986. 1992 or 3 is when I experienced Huntington for the first time. Moved here in 06 because me, my mom, and my future stepdad were flat ass broke. My grandmother wired us $1,000 to get here. We packed up what little belongings we had, which is mainly clothes. That was it. We got into a fucking pickup truck, stopped and got a little bit of food to last road trip, and drove here. And it was a 7-hour trip. We got here, and it was completely different. I lived in Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, it takes you like an hour to 2 hours to circumvent the fucking city. It takes you all of 30 minutes to get around 19 here. If that. Huntington, West Virginia, is the home of Harris Riverfront Park, the old Central City. It's the home of Marshall, like I said. Big Sandy Superstore Arena. We've had some big shows here. Bernie Sanders came here. Donald Trump came here not too long ago. Um, you know, and we have, a world-renowned factory here called Special Metals. Sorry, I had on my neck. Called Special Metals. We have, it's a cool little town. You can always find something to do that's legal. I mean, Amazon's even here. Amazon.com's even here at the call center. I used to work there. Big ass call center team. Great place to work. Great place to work. And one of my favorite YouTubers live here. His name is YummyR6. He's a moto blogger. But he trashes Huntington though, so which doesn't look good on us, especially being in the news for fucking overdoses and all that. I may say I hate this place. I may say I hate this city sometimes. That's just because of just what goes on here. But I love this place. I've met some of my best friends here. Met Mrs. here. Had my kids here. I graduated here. Well, I got my GED here. That's the same thing. And I met some of the best people here. But I lost my mom here too. This place, I've lived here on and off since I was 6. The longest I think I've ever been away from out of Huntington is about 3 or 4 years, maybe 7 altogether, if that. I've lived in Huntington or within 30 to 40 minutes of Huntington all my life. And here recently, you hear about all these overdoses on heroin. Now, this heroin that's going around is like an elephant tranquilizer, fentanyl. That's the shit that killed Michael Jackson. And a lot of the people that are ODing, I know. Do I consider them really close friends? A few. They're good people. Just because you're an addict doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you need help. But you gotta want to help. And everyone automatically thinks when you talk about Huntington, it's automatic. Oh, Huntington, okay. Detroit City Junior, what basically a lot of us call. Like a lot of the drug dealers from Detroit here call us Moneyton instead of Huntington, and that pissed everybody off so bad. And it's heartbreaking to see such a bad epidemic hit here. Like it was when Baltimore got ravaged with crack. Chicago and Boston pills and stuff like that. And Texas is nothing but alcoholics. California is every fucking thing. Hawaii is crystal meth. Alaska is crystal meth too, I do believe. And on Netflix, there's this documentary. It's called Heroin. It's heroin and with an E at the end of it. It shows the new fire captain, which is a female, being a heroine. I mean, she's saving people. It was such a sad documentary, though, because you be sitting there and listening to her talk, and then her radio would be going, and all of a sudden she'd be at an overdose, and then you'd hear of another overdose, or back to back, and then the death toll for these ODs are just climbing by the year. Hell, about a month, I do believe. Huntington, man, it's not a bad city. It's got its flaws, just like every city in America does. Um, West Virginia is not exactly the best state to live in, but it's my home state. I mean, I love it. Beautiful, beautiful fucking state. Um, and man, it's just it gets a bad rep recently because of all this, especially Huntington. Huntington gets one of the worst raps now because we're considered the OD capital of America. And you hear people going, "Oh, we're going to Huntington, West Virginia." Well, fuck you going there for? And then I remember where I work at. I work at downtown, and I'm not far from Marshall University. I'm maybe about 6 blocks, 6, 7 blocks from it. And I was sitting at a red light. There was a game there that happened. It was the first game of the year for Marshall. No, it wasn't Marshall. I forgot what it was, but there was a bunch of college students there. It was enrollment for Marshall. That's what it was. Okay. I was sitting at a red light, and here in Huntington, down at Marshall, when there's groups of students going across the street, they have the right of way. You green light, you can't move. So, and I was standing there, had my windows down. I didn't have my radio going really loud at the time. I heard this guy talking. They were from, I think they were from Florida. I do believe Florida, Georgia. And you hear the dad talking to his daughter. Well, I'm guessing it's her dad. It was an older gentleman and a teenage girl. Could have been her sugar down, but still. She said, "Man, I can't believe I got a Marshall dad." Blah blah blah, because he was a Marshall alum. From what he was saying, he said, "Yeah, baby girl, but this city has what the hell since I've been here." He was sitting there saying, he was like, "I wish you would have got to a different school. Wish you would have came to Marshall because of the drugs and violence and all that." And that just looks so bad, so bad. Someone who is from here says they wish their kid would have never came here. Do I wish my kids could grow up in a different time than this place? Yeah, because I remember there was the time that I can go out front, run around on down the sidewalk, play, and no one had to worry about nothing happening to me. Now, you're afraid that if your kids go outside without your supervision, they're going to get shot up or kidnapped, or a drug dealer's going to try and force them to take shit or something. And it's heartbreaking. It really is. Especially watching that documentary just made it just so hard. And I just want to let you guys know, for all of you that watch this, the 2 or 3 of you that may watch this, Huntington is not a bad place. It's really not. It's really a good little town. It really is. It's a good little place. It's got its flaws, but it is such a great place. It really is. And I don't know, man. Just watching that documentary made me want to make this video.